Hello, my name is Brown Mills, and I'd like to welcome you back to the channel where not only do we love talking about great stocks, we love talking about great crypto and also some great books. Listen, Team Humble family, I hope you guys are having a phenomenal week. Just wanted to do a quick update on Humble. Humble has been having some nice reversal in pattern here that's coming along, and I usually I'm down to possibly doing maybe one humble video a week. I'm just so involved with so many other stocks and long-term investments, and so I love talking about many other things besides humble. So I may do another video this week, but we'll see how that goes. Okay, so humble announces an additional bridge round investments. All right, Humble announced today it has closed $2.5 million in two new financings. These two financings will be used as a bridge to help Humble gets to its 50 million equity financing agreement. Now, what a financing agreement is, just plain and simple, Humble is selling or giving companies part of its ownership in exchange for cash. And so what Humble is actually doing is getting loans or getting cash from companies, and they're seeking to get more loans from investment firms in return for shares in its company. All right, so that's basically what it is. It's cash for a stock. And what companies usually do when they seek a financing agreement is they either need this money to pay off some loans, to pay off some debts that it has taken, and sometimes it's used for future growth. All right, so when it gets down to, let me see, Humble announced today that it has closed 2.5 million in two financings. These two financings will be used as a bridge to help get to its 50 million equity financing agreement. As a result of these financings, Humble has 6 million in free cash in the bank as of today's date. All right, so that is a good sign because they're not in debt. All right, so but again, this money is probably needed to pursue other ventures. So when we're talking about, the technology sector, it's going to take, a lot of money to expand what Humble is trying to do. So hopefully with this money, they will begin to, make better investments into its business, or it could be actually using some of this money for marketing. And so, as we all know, Humble is actually trying to, go global, right? So it's a global business. And so it's going to take money for it to, market globally. All right. And here's something else. In addition, Humble issued warrant to purchase 3 million shares of common stock to its investors. The exercise price for the warrants is $1 per share. And so again, Humble also raised funds through a separate offering with Atura Capital in exchange for $1 million. Humble issued to Atura a 1,120,000 convertible promissory notes. All right, so something that's pretty cool is the warrants. So we can buy warrants in companies, and you can convert those warrants over to stock, right? But at the end of the date, where it's time to exercise a warrant, regardless of what the price is, man, you can buy or exercise your warrant for $1 a share. So if Humble is $2 a share or $3 a share, when it's time to exercise a warrant, you're only going to pay, $1 per share for that. All right. So that's especially for those who believe in the company. And so again, by having investors invest in Humble, put more money into Humble, they're creating win-win situations for themselves, but it's also showing that there is some belief in the future of Humble. All right, now we've been talking about believing and long term. We've been talking about humble being dominant on a global scale 5, 10 years from now. But as of late, I know I've been very critical about the CEO and his presentations and the lack of specifics. But when you hear news like this come out, this is some promising news, there. And the stock is actually performing quite well today as a result of it. All right, so at the open, we're up 21%, up to $1.28 a share. And what I like to do is I like to take a look at the technicals, and I like to start out with the weekly chart, because the weekly chart gives us a big picture of what's really going on, right? It gives us a big picture. So when we take a look here, from February all the way to May, man, it's just been a strong downtrend, right? So even though, we may have had some green days here, or green week here, or green week there, ultimately, the price decreased over and over again. And so that's why it's important to pay attention to these weekly candles, because these weekly candles give us a big picture of the overall future projection of the price of the stock or the price of the equity. Now, as of the beginning of this week, we have a green candle, right? So a green candle is developing. When we take a look at the MACD, right? The MACD gives us a look at the momentum. So for the week, we have momentum coming back into the stock. So hopefully we can maintain and keep this green bar here as a sign. Now, if it eventually turns red, that may not be a good sign, because it could come crashing down, right? And so again, a lot of times stocks moves on technicals, and they move on the news. And also remember, 60 to 70% of all trades is done by computers. It's done by algorithms. All right. So companies could be, so the computers picking up the news, they're picking up the algorithms, and we could be, jumping up today. But here comes the computers. They're selling off. Here come the shorts. They're reading. They're taking a look at the company, taking a look at the technicals, and say, hey, let's come in, let's short this stock, let's drive the price back down. But as of right now, we are having momentum coming back into the stock, which is a good thing. Now let's take a look at the daily candles. All right. Now the daily candles, right? So if you take a look here, humble, again, just strong downtrend, strong downtrend. And what I like to use is the 20-day SMA. So the 20-day simple moving average. And it gives us an average of the previous 20 trading sessions. And so we've had some times in March where we tried to push up above that 20-day SMA, but we didn't stay there long. We eventually failed. We came back down. And so as of right now, we are currently pushing above this 20-day moving average. And so we've been kind of flat, but as of late, from 83 to $1.30, man, that's a nice huge run up. And so when you have these type of run ups, got to pay attention to the shorts, and hopefully if we can close above this 20-day moving average, man, hopefully we can maintain and keep pushing, man. Let's push back up to 2, let's push back up to 3, but let's see if we close and stay above the 20-day moving average this week, and hopefully we could begin to reverse this strong downward movement and potentially start producing a new upward trend. All right, now the day is moving well. It's performing quite nicely the first 45 minutes, first hour of trading. Now again, let's see how things play out. Hopefully we won't have people come in, the shorts come in, try to suppress the stock, try to push the stock price back down. Hopefully let's close above this 20-day moving average. All right. Hopefully, let's close above the 20-day moving average. Let's stay above that 20 and let's keep moving to the upside. All right. And so, what I did do is I did actually start back taking some positions in Humble. And once we end up getting to a dollar, I think once we hit a dollar. All right, yep. So I was paying attention to the hourly chart, right? So I was looking at the hourly chart, and once we got around a dollar, I went ahead and start taking some positions back in Humble. And so again, my ultimate goal here is to, dollar cost average. So I may buy, 1,000 here, wait to see how things play out next week and see how the candles perform. Then I may buy, another 1,000 shares next week. And so, just adding small positions along the way and just reading the technicals and making sure I make good entry points. All right. So that's the ultimate goal. I'm down with Team Humble. I'm down with the future of Humble. But again, I know you do have long-term holders. And if you've been holding the stock long-term, man, I salute you. I'm happy that you've been a long-term holder. I'm in, many other positions when it comes to stocks. And what I like to do is I like to get in positions and ride the uptrend. I like to sell when a reversal of pattern is the potential for a reversal pattern is there. I like to sell and get out, right? Lock in some profits and try to do it all over again. So that's what I like to do. Again, people have many different strategies. All right. So the strategy that works for you, do what works for you. But me, ultimately, I like to ride the waves. All right. I like to ride the waves. All right. Now, I hope this video added some value to you. Now, if it did, hey, please leave a like, hit the subscribe button. Keep coming back for more wealth building information. Peace.